So you have that one coding skill and you are really good at it. And you say that you want to become a better programmer, improve your skills, and get a job. But your actions tell me otherwise. And actions always speak louder than words. And as we enter this more complex financial environment where a lot of companies are laying people off, it has never been easier to lose your job or be unable to get another one. And in this video, I will show you a step-by-step approach to make sure that you can't get another job. This video is mainly intended for programmers, but you can generalize it to whatever job you want. Step number 1. Always stick to your current tools. You know enough. Have you learned jQuery back in 2017? That's great. It works fine, and maybe you were able to create a few portfolio websites back then. Why would you waste your time learning a new technology if the technology you already know works just fine? Sure, maybe it creates less maintainable code, isn't as modular, and doesn't fit the architecture of more complex modern applications, but it works, right? Also, it's not like the more modern frameworks like Vue or React are perfect and without problems, and why would you add problems to your life? Step number 2. Don't switch up paradigms. You're a front-end developer at heart, and nothing should force you to look at back-end code. It's alright. The recession will end, ChatGPT will be shut down, and your skill of designing beautiful browser boxes will stay relevant forever. Don't bother looking into other aspects of programming, like backend or DevOps or security. Instead, spend that extra work time on binging the latest Netflix series. Step number 3. Wait for job offers to come to you. Let's admit it. Applying for jobs is hard. You need to maintain an always updating resume, search for companies, go through interview process, and probably fail some of them. Why bother applying to companies when you can just sit back, relax, and wait for companies to find you instead? I recommend to avoid all job search, websites, and networking, and instead just keep irrational hope that a job offer will fall into your lap without any effort on your part. Step number 4. Give up easily. In the rare occasion that a company does find you and reach out to you, it is important to remember this one crucial step. Whether it is during the technical interview or the take-home task, if at any point you feel like the task is too hard and you are stuck, just give up. It's not like they are paying you for it anyway, and the actual job pay was probably going to be pretty low. Or make up any other excuse that you find fitting and just let it go. Go back to your super interesting, stress-free life. After all, this opportunity came out of nowhere, so a lot more will probably follow. Step number 5. Never challenge yourself with coding projects. Programming is a job, it isn't a hobby. Use your free time on something less labor-intensive like playing video games, watching TV, or daydreaming about the future. You're going to code a lot in your career anyways, so why bother now? Moreover, never contribute to open source. Have you heard about that one scandal where open source licensing brought a lot of problems? You don't need problems in your life. Moreover, why would you code something that other people can use without paying you? Just use whatever the open source community created and never give back. Step number 6. Always stay on the surface. Don't bother looking into the intricacies of the tools that you are using. Don't bother learning how React works under the hood or what are TCP handshakes. Who cares how the language server communicates with your editor? Treat all of these tools as a black box and never look deeply into it. If they break, it's not your problem, it's the problem of the person who created them in the first place. Step number 7. Ignore the benefits of content creation. On the topic of never giving back to the community, you shouldn't educate others either. You're really good at what you do, and you should guard your secrets religiously. Why waste time creating content like blog posts or YouTube tutorials? Don't bother contributing to the community or building your own personal brand. Ignore the fact that content creation can and will lead to professional opportunities and help establish your expertise in the industry. Remember, staying in your comfort zone and never sharing your knowledge is the secret of staying ahead of the curve. Step number 8. Avoid professional development opportunities. If you followed the advice up to this step, you're almost guaranteed to not be able to get a job. But to put the nail in the coffin, I highly advise you to avoid any networking or professional development opportunities. Ignore all hackathons, do not make friends with people who are also programmers, and generally don't communicate with other programmers, be it online or in real life. You should also ignore any programming content on the internet, like free YouTube videos or paid courses. Don't participate in anything that will potentially improve your skill or your personal brand. And that's that. Those are the 8 steps to guarantee that you will never get another job. I hope you find this video helpful. And at the end of the video, I want to remind you that life is short. You're not always going to have a tomorrow. Enjoy today. Make sure you spend as much time as possible not working on your goals. Get out of bed late in the day, scroll social media, and never exercise. Make maximizing your instant gratification dopamine your highest priority. Dopamine is the happiness drug, after all. And the point of life is to be as happy as possible. Thank you for watching.